After a long wait, filled with teases, it's finally here, the all-new 2023 Toyota GR Corolla. And in my opinion, this is one of the best, if not the best hot hatches money can buy. Now why is it so good? Well, it follows a similar recipe to the GR Yaris, and if you have been watching me for a while, you know I think that the GR Yaris is awesome. So the GR Corolla is powered by the same 1.6 litre turbo 3-cylinder that you can find in the Yaris, but in the Corolla it's turned up to 11, and now she's making 300 horsepower and 370 Newton meters of torque. That is 100 horsepower per cylinder, pretty darn impressive. Now what did they change in order to up the power so much? Well, the Corolla uses 3 exhaust exits for reduced back pressure. As a bonus, it looks cool, but I would personally like it more if the exhausts were in the middle, kinda like a Ferrari 458. To keep the direct injection engine together at its max 6,500 RPM, the 3 cylinders use jets of oil to cool down the pistons, large exhaust valves to quickly vent spent gases, and a machined intake port for better flow. Now, if the amazing little power plant isn't enough to get your excitement flowing, the GR Corolla will send its power to all 4 wheels via a 6-speed manual gearbox. And that's not where the good news stops. So as standard, the car has a 60-40 power distribution, which means that the front wheels get 60% of the power while the rear wheels only get 40%, but you see, it has different modes. So you can put it in rear wheel bias mode, where the rear wheels will get 70% of the power and the front wheels will only get 30%, or you can even make it 50-50. Now as standard, the car sends the power through open differentials, but if you take out the money to buy one of these, I would recommend going for the upgraded front and rear Torsen limited slip diffs, or just buy the circuit edition. The LSDs comes as standard with the circuit edition, as well as a carbon fiber roof to keep the center of gravity nice and low. Now, Toyota fully expect a few people to take their GR Corollas off-road, and because of this, they totally reinforced the chassis. 349 more welds were made and 2.7 meters more sealant and more glue was used in the development of this car. They also fitted wider fenders in order to fit the 235 Pilot Sport tires under the car. Behind the 18-inch max, you will find 14-inch slotted rotors up front and 11.7-inch rotors in the rear. But enough about performance, we still need to talk about the design. Now, I have said before that the new Corolla Edge is a good looking car, but Toyota knocked it out of the park with this thing. The wider fenders makes it look buff. It's like a Corolla that went to the gym. Then in the front you will find an angry looking front fascia with a massive grille that flows the adequate amount of air into the engine. The GR Corolla also features functional vents, yes, vents that actually do something, and at the back you'll find a large wing and 3 exhausts. Now confession time. The car I showed while talking about the design is the Carbon Edition. The base GR models look a little more tame. They still look cool, but I really think if you have the cash, go for the special editions. And if you don't have the money, make a plan, rob a bank or something. Anyways, onto the interior of the GR Corolla. If you have ever been inside of a normal Toyota Corolla, the interior is not very different. You do have the GR badging everywhere, sports seats, and on the Circuit Edition you will have a leather steering wheel as well as leather seats. In the middle you'll find a large screen, and in front of the driver sits a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. And then, just to prove that this car is made for petrolheads and car enthusiasts, it features a short throw shifter and a mechanical parking brake. Yes, no stupid parking brake button. 10 out of 10 car. Chrissy Chris approved. But let me know what you think of the GR Corolla. Do you think it's pretty? Do you think it's cool? Are you happy with it? While I was doing the research on the car, I did put it against like the other cars in its class, and its power is like about the same as like the 835 AMG, the 135 IBMW, those type of cars, the S3. So it's like in the same range as that. So depending on the price, it might be better, or maybe if it's like really expensive, then the car is going to be a bit less cool. But hopefully it's not stupidly expensive, because it makes a good amount of power. It doesn't weigh a lot, and it's got 4-wheel drive with a manual transmission. That's just like all good things. But let me know what you think about the video. If you like it, leave a like and subscribe. And if you did like it, go through my channel. I've got many more videos just like this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers, eh?